Inez, thanks so much. Well, from China to Italy and France to Seattle, the coronavirus has many travelers really nervous to even board a plane.
So what do you do about your travel plans, especially those you paid for in advance? Joining us right now with tips, the founder of Embark Beyond Travel Agency, Jack Ezon, and managing partner Julie Danziger. Nice to have you both here. Are people asking for their money back? What's the story here?
Look, people are calling us all day with questions, and as virtuoso luxury travel advisors, we're here to give them as much information as we have up to the minute and really walk them through the situation to help them make their own decision.
But they're canceling depending upon where they're going. Like if they're going to China, then you've seen a spike, right?
Well, what's interesting is people are calling us, and yes, maybe they're shifting their plans from China or even Southeast Asia, but they're saying, hey, you know what, I still want to travel, so we're repositioning them. And a lot of them are, we have folks in Africa right now, gorilla trekking, and people that are now revisiting in Australia, you know, after they had a little bit of a hit.
Can you get your money back if you say had a trip to China or Milan?
So that's where we come in. I mean, we negotiate one-on-one with every one of our vendors or suppliers that we're working with, any hotel on the ground. It's a one-on-one negotiation, and I think that's really one of the great things about having a real connected travel advisors. We're able to make those calls. It's not a black and white situation, and sometimes it's very gray and it takes a lot of discussion. But most of our luxury hotels around the world have been very accommodating.
So for people who are now thinking about booking a flight, what advice are you giving them? What are you telling them as far as everything from cancellation fees, or should they wait it out? What do you?
So it's interesting. We see two types of clients. One are the Corona get-ins. They're freaking out. They're stocking up right now at Costco, whatever's left. And then there's those that are sophisticated, tried and true travelers, and they're like, you know what? I don't know what's going to happen between now and May, but I don't want to miss my beautiful summer vacation in the Mediterranean. So, you know, like airfares are half the price now. Let me hold this. Let me book this now. I'm going to get the best room I can on the Amalfi Coast in Italy this summer. And if I got to cancel, we're here to negotiate that up front, and we have been. So people can cancel up to 30 days in advance if they need, with no strings attached. And it's been interesting that people are calling us, asking us for that.
It's an opportunity. A lot of clients, like Jack just said, are saying, hey, you know what, I'm not comfortable traveling right now, but then in 3 months from now, typically at this point, trips to Italy, south of France, you can't get a hotel room at that coveted spot for months now. Now you can.
You can, so you see some availability.
So we see availability. We see people that are saying, hey, you know what, let's think ahead, let's book now. It's in 3-4 months from now. And if something comes up, then we're here for you.
Let's talk about the Caribbean, because a lot of people, we have spring break coming up. What's going on in St. Bart's? Because I heard some rumors that there might be somebody with the coronavirus there.
Yeah, I believe there's somebody in quarantine, and one that went to St. Martin, to the hospital there. But we had the call the other day. Someone was going 2 days ago. Was very concerned, spoke to people. We put them directly in touch with people on the ground, and not people that had stakes in them coming or not. And he's there now with his wife. I called him yesterday, and he's like, you would never believe anything's happening. People are dancing on the tables, the beaches are buzzing, every hotel is full. I mean, I myself, I was at the Ritz-Carlton Dorado Beach 2 days ago. The hotel was at 95% occupancy. I was shocked. There wasn't a seat on the plane and no masks.
But let me ask you something. The person who had the coronavirus in St. Bart's, is there a hospital in St. Bart's?
There's only a clinic, so they have to go to St. Martin to the hospital or back to Paris.
So for the general population that can't afford St. Bart's, but are also planning to go somewhere, you know, whether it's Myrtle Beach or to Paradise Island or something like that, should they also be concerned?
Look, it's hard for anyone to be concerned, but we've seen tremendous compression in people going to Miami, to Myrtle Beach, to the Caribbean, right? Because they feel closer to home and safe.
They feel, sometimes people feel more comfortable when they're closer to home. They have easier access to their house. So we did have a few people that were supposed to travel, you know, somewhere far flung. Now they're going to Miami, Palm Beach. They're going to the Caribbean, Turks and Caicos. You know, they are still open to traveling, and it's not everyone. Some people, and if they're concerned and they have a genuine concern, we're not going to say, hey, everyone should just get on a plane and go right now.
Yeah.
If you're concerned and you're uneasy, just like with anything else in this world, if you're not comfortable, you're not comfortable.
So let me ask you, as travel agents, do you get any kind of alerts of where the coronavirus is?
Probably once an hour at least, if not every half hour.
So then, okay, so because we don't hear much about the Caribbean, you know, we don't hear much about Jamaica, the Bahamas, is it they're not giving the information, they're not testing, we don't know, it's not there?
Yeah, well, I'm not an expert, but I don't think people are testing the way they've been testing in a place like Italy, for example, or China. So it could be a lot more prevalent everywhere that we don't even know about yet. But, you know, there's people are going to panic and people that are going to move on with their lives. And you know, it's a clear dichotomy in what that looks like.
I mean, we're seeing so many, the Louvre has shut down, all these different destinations where someone would be going to see the attractions. You know, concerts are being canceled left and right.
Meetings are being canceled, but there's also a distinction between perception and reality. Like, I'm not trying to harp on Italy, but I've spoken to people yesterday and showing me pictures of or videos of what's going on in the streets in Rome, and they're like, look, if something was happening in Atlanta, would you evacuate New York? And it put things in perspective. Like, you know, people are going about their lives, and it's kind of an ordinary day.
I know. We have somebody with the coronavirus right here in New York City.
And
there may
who was
be
in
more.
Miami.
Yeah.
Remember?
Right.
Not on this
Exactly.
couch, right?
I'm sorry?
Not on this couch. Right?
Not on this couch.
Okay. As far as we know.
But we are going to talk to somebody who has the coronavirus.
That's amazing.
By phone.
Yeah, that was on the cruise
Coming
ship.
up, and we'll find out really what it's like to go through this.
That's great.
Because some people say it's just like a common cold. So we'll see.
All right.
Well, thank you.
Jack, great to have you. Julie, great to have you with
for having us.
Thank you.
Where can people find, if they want to travel, where can they find you?
Embark Beyond, at Embark Beyond on Instagram.
Okay.
Right here in New York.
Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Coming up.